Rokka no Yuusha, or Braves of the Six Flowers, is a story where there are saints who have magical powers, and each generation, there are 6 people chosen to fight the demon god. They are called Braves. In the 4th episode, the anime takes an interesting turn. The 6 Braves are supposed to meet up at a specific location and turn on the barrier, but when the main character gets there, not only has the barrier already been turned on, but there are 7 Braves, all with a crest to prove it. The 7 Braves are now locked in the barrier, and the story turns into a whodunit in an attempt to expose and kill the imposter. This anime is the grandfather of mangas. When the whodunit starts, the anime opening also changes for the remaining episodes, which is sick. There are 2 ways to deactivate the barrier. The person who activated it can deactivate it, or it will deactivate at their death. The 7 start by introducing themselves and looking for alibis and inconsistencies in their stories. Adlet, the protagonist, is a clever man who relies on science, technology, and wits to fight. Nachetanya is a princess, Goldov is a powerful swordsman, Fremy is a brave killer who's also a half monster, Hans is a laid-back assassin, Mora is leader-like and serious, and chamot is a bratty kid. Fremy is initially the primary suspect since she's known as the brave killer, and she's part monster, but Hans shows his deduction abilities by pointing out that if she were the imposter, she would have killed Adlet earlier when he let his guard down. After Adlet explains how he got in, Hans turns into L from Death Note and puts the heat on the protagonist, explaining that he was the first to enter and no one could have entered before him. Adlet gets framed and he has no alibi, forcing him to take a hostage and escape with his technology. The way all the 7 characters operate in different ways makes the mystery fascinating. Adlet is the most level-headed character and always tries to use deductive reasoning to reach a conclusion. Hans is similar, but he has more knowledge about the Braves and is slightly more impulsive, as shown when he was willing to kill Adlet after a couple of minutes of investigation. He also has a unique method of determining when someone's lying or not. Mora is the next most deductive character, but she's even more stubborn and impulsive than Hans. She's also willing to lie if she thinks it's for the greater good. Fremy is also logical, shown by her suspecting Adlet when all the proof was laid out, but she's not nearly as impulsive. In fact, she initially doesn't really care about the mystery and makes no attempt to kill Adlet, even when she suspects him. She puts minimal effort into finding the killer. Nachetanya is purely emotional. She believes that Adlet is innocent, and then searches for evidence to prove that. Goldov is not talented at deduction, but he's very impulsive like many of the rest, making him dangerous. Chamot is the worst because she's just a psychopath who wants to kill someone. She doesn't use much reasoning and is easily the most impulsive character. She has to kill someone several times in just the first episode. The way these characters interact and dynamics shift is wonderful to watch. My favorite characters were Adlet, Hans, and Fremy. Adlet and Hans both had charisma and high deductive reasoning, while Fremy had a good character arc. The story really forces you to question everything you've been told. There are multiple red herrings and theories, but the mystery is eventually solved through clues that were subtly set up ahead of time. It's unfortunate that this never got another season, but this season alone is still incredible. I'm not saying to jump to the 4th episode, because the previous ones are important. The 4th is just where the story starts to enter the zone and show its hand. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.